as we're out participating in cycling and cycling events, it's important to know that should something happen, our loved ones are going to be able to get the information that they need about our whereabouts and what's going on. And Chris is here from ICEdot, and he's got some great technologies to tell us about. Chris, welcome to Interbike TV.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, you guys, before we talk about your latest product, you guys have really been in this space for quite a long time. Tell everybody a little bit about the history.
Sure. We started off as a health software company. So we were founded by two physicians who were trying to create practice efficiency. And one of their concerns is a lot of health data is siloed into the doctor's offices. And so they wanted to be able to make a way for the physicians to be able to, or for the patients to own their data and get it into the hands of EMS guys who really need it when it counts. So we were originally started to help people pre-register with their EMS provider. So we've worked with about 400 EMS providers around the country, creating ways for people to register their data and to make it easy for EMS guys to send out notifications as to where they're taking people. So service has been endorsed nationally for a couple of years by the American Ambulance Association, and we're a sponsor of the National Association of EMTs. So, we've been in the trenches with the medics for a number of years, and this year we've really started to pivot and focus on areas that are a little closer to home for a guy like me, a cyclist, going into the sporting industry.
So originally, as you said, people were pre-registering their info with their local EMS provider, but today, for instance, you're wearing a bracelet that they can use where there's really no pre-registration necessary, right?
Right, well, what you're doing is you're storing your data in the cloud and on our web service. And so previously, we were focused on making things like, I have a sticker here on the back of my iPhone, and those stickers could be placed on driver's licenses and so forth, and we were really focused on doing that in communities. Today, we've rolled out, bands that, a lot of athletes are popular with athletes, and it's got the same PIN number on there, and the medics are trained to look for the ICEdot logo, and what they can do is medic can either send a text message in and get information on you, or they can, if we're integrated in their trucks, they can pull it up in the back of their trucks.
Nice. Now, in the old days, 5 years ago, right, we were all told, put into your cell phone ICE numbers in case of emergency.
Right.
But today, everybody's putting their passcodes into their smartphones, and so people can't find your ICE info, so this really helps solve that problem, doesn't it?
That's right, and there's also a lot more information that's necessary. I mean, for a healthy guy like you or I, might not be anything more than an emergency contact, but if you're diabetic or if you have any other conditions, blood thinners, things like that. Also, another big thing is being able to share your health insurance information. That's a key thing. Event organizers really like to know your health insurance information. We've partnered with USA BMX to put all the USA BMX kids on for next year, and health insurance is a big deal in all kinds of sports like that. So
now, one of the things that we were also talking about was events specifically. You guys are partnering with event organizers in registration and allowing people to use your service on, say, a one-day basis, right?
Yeah, that's right, and it's completely free. What we're doing is, a lot of events that you go to, you have to register all your emergency contact information. It sits on a paper file in a medic tent, and you're out participating 60 miles away from the medic tent. And so, the accidents never happen in the medic tent. Yeah. And so if something happens, they're on radios, they're calling back, they're trying to figure out who you are because you have no form of ID on you, and they're trying to figure out how to notify your emergency contacts where they're taking you. So what we do is we've created a way for athletes and event people to be comfortable with the way that we're sharing their health information and to get exposure for our brand. So what happens is we sync all the participant data with the bib numbers for the event day. So on event day, in a marathon, in a cycling event, and whatever, the first responders at the event can text in the bib numbers of the athletes and get back all the information on that participant. So really makes it great, because they can get the information right on scene, right when they need it.
It's a great idea. Now, talk about great ideas. You've got something here on this helmet which is really innovative. Tell us about this.
That's right. So all of the things that we've been doing are trying to help people make the most of their health information. But now what we're doing is we're trying to take their health information, take it from being passive, waiting to be accessed by EMS, to making it being active. And so in this case, we've developed a helmet sensor, and this little guy's got multiple sensors in it. It's low energy Bluetooth, and it pairs with a smartphone. And so what happens is I might be going out for a ride, and I might be going on a long solo 100-mile ride and enjoying my music and everything else. And whether it's a squirrel, a dog, or a car, if something happens, a lot of people don't know where I am, how long I'm going to be gone. But this way, we're helping people call emergency services, their emergency contacts on their behalf. So the sensor here, I'm going to turn on the app, so we're out for a ride. And I might take a whack. And I can configure the countdown to be as long as I want, but in this case I got it 15 seconds. And this is going to count down, and when it's done, it's going to send my GPS coordinates to all my registered ICEdot emergency contacts. So they will be able to check up on me or call 911 if I need it. And also, so it's pulled my GPS coordinates, and here in just a second, it's going to send me a text message and show me, there's my text message. And there's a link to the GPS map. So getting people help when they need it.
Absolutely. Now, we talked a little bit about the sensors briefly. I want to go into a little bit more depth. It's not just an accelerometer for impact. Right. What else are we looking at here?
Yeah, we actually have multiple sensors in there, and we're detecting three-dimensional forces that are going on. So, the brain is made up of multiple densities of tissue, and so rotational inertia, all of those things have an impact, so it's not just straight line forces. And so we're measuring all of those, and then we've developed a proprietary algorithm that says, hey, depending on the type of sport they're doing, we know what kind of helmets those are, these are the type of forces that should be expected, and also these are the type of rotations. And so we're really helping make what we would say smart decisions about when this thing should go off, as opposed to just, hey, I dropped it in the garage.
Makes sense. Now, you're also telling me that when it's released, it's going to be rechargeable. Let's talk about that.
That's right. It's going to have just a basic USB port in it, so you'll be able to charge it like you do, a lot of the popular bike lights these days.
And applicable to really any helmet, any bicycle helmet, right?
That's right. I mean, this is a BMX helmet. We can do road helmets. We can do, obviously, snow sports, motorsports. The list goes on from there.
Makes total sense. When will it be available, and when it is available, what kind of a cost are we talking about?
We're expecting to have this ready at the end of this year, so December, maybe January. Retail price is going to be about $199, and so we're looking forward to bringing it to the market.
Cheap insurance and a great way to let people know when you're out and about if something's happened. Where can people get more information on any of the products we've talked about today?
Our website is ICEdot.org, ICEdot.org.
Chris, thank you so much for telling us about the products, and thanks for coming out with some really innovative stuff to keep us all safe when we're out there on the road. And we are live in the ICEdot booth at Interbike. I'm David for Interbike TV.